Yo, what is good? What is good? What is good? My Rags and Fitness people, my Rags and Fitness folks, my Rags and Fitness fam. Rags has decided to go live tonight, and I hope a few of y'all tune in. Now, I know this is a spur of the moment type stuff, right? But I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to get in here and see if you're going to talk to old Rags. So, guys, as you know, we're going to be getting ready for South Carolina this week. And hopefully we can get some good stuff going on. Now, from here on out, we're going to be having football games from Tuesday all the way to Saturday, right? Last night we had Liberty and FIU, right? And that ended up being a 31-24 overtime game. Right now we have Jacksonville State and Mexico State live. Let's see what the score is on that game real quick. Still 0-0, first quarter, 12:57. That game is pretty much just starting. Looks like who's got the ball right now? Looks like Jacksonville may have the ball right now for those guys. Tomorrow we'll have Coastal Carolina at James Madison, Middle Tennessee at Louisiana Tech, UTEMP at Western Kentucky. Friday we'll have Northwestern at Maryland, UNLV at Utah State, and we'll have Utah at Arizona State. That'll be a Friday game, 10:30. Right. So, guys, if there's anybody out there in old La La Land, I know old Rags didn't play in this, but hey, I'm here now. So, guys, what do you think about the Vanderbilt game? You know what? Matter of fact, let's not even talk about the Vanderbilt game. That's been said and done. That's an old thing right there, man. We're going to go on and we're going to talk about South Carolina week. South Carolina week, guys, is what we're going to talk about. Let's go here. And as we can see right now, they have us, Alabama Crimson Tide, as a favorite right now, beating South Carolina. They got us 91.1% chance of beating South Carolina. They got South Carolina at an 8.9% chance of upsetting Alabama. Now, last week it was pretty similar with Vanderbilt against Alabama, right? Vander had I think they gave them like a 7 or 6% chance or something like that of beating us. And guess what? They ended up knocking us off. So they got us at let's see, I think 21-point favorite or something like that. I don't know if I like that or not. They got us number 7 right now. South Carolina is not ranked right now. Their leading passer is Sellers. He's 49 of 85 for 555 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Jalen Milroe, 80 for 109, 1,274 yards, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rushing yards wise, Sanders is their leader, 65 carries, 315 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jamarian Miller is ours, 39 carries, 318 yards, 5 touchdowns. So those guys are pretty similar in the rushing game. Our running backs, our 2 running leaders are pretty similar, right? Receiving yards, they have Bennett, 14 receptions, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. We have Ryan Williams, 19 receptions, 544 yards, 6 touchdowns. So Ryan Williams is pretty much, man, he's out there doing his thing, 17-year-old guy. He's our leading receiver right now. Is he on pace to get 1,000 yards? Hey, who knows? We haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver in a little while, so maybe he's that guy. Now, if you look at it in our last 5 games, we are 4-1. We beat West Kentucky 63-0. We beat South Florida 42-16. We went to Wisconsin and beat those guys 42-10. And Georgia came to Tuscaloosa. We beat those guys 41-34. And we went to Vanderbilt. We went to Nashville, and they beat us 40-35. Now, if you look at South Carolina's last 5 opponents, they have went 3-2. They're 1-2 in the conference. Now they play Old Dominion. They barely squeaked that one out with Old Dominion 23-19. Right. That was the first game. They went to Kentucky and they beat Kentucky 31-6. Right. LSU came over and beat those guys 36-33. Akron, they beat Akron 50-7. And they also lost to Ole Miss 27-3. Now that Pete Golden defense only let these guys score 3 points. So I will hope that Kane Womack is going to come out and present some problems for these guys. And hopefully they'll only score something like 3 points against us, right? But like I said before, we all know the styles make the fight. And hopefully this offense is going to come out with South Carolina. We're going to be able to hold those guys and maintain our integrity against these guys a little bit better than we was against those guys we played last week, right? So let's go down here and look at the standings right now in the SEC. Right now, you have Texas A&M on top. You have Texas under them. You have LSU next, Georgia, Arkansas, Missouri, then Tennessee, then Vanderbilt, then Ole Miss, and then us. So we're even below the midway mark right now as far as SEC goes, which that's going to change. We all know that's going to change, right? Oklahoma is under us. Florida is under those guys. South Carolina, then Kentucky. Mississippi State is next to the bottom, and we all know who's on the bottom, the Auburn Tigers. Right? So, man, that's what we got this week coming up with Alabama, South Carolina. We got some guys that has entered the we have some guys that has entered the transfer portal. Not actually transfer portal. These guys are redshirted. Jaheim Otis is who I'm trying to say. Jaheim Otis has redshirted and he's intending on entering the transfer portal. But hey, guys, I say good riddance to you, man. I always been pretty high on Jaheim Otis. So you always hear me say, hey, man, he's going to be batting balls down at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be taking them back for pick sixes. He's going to be sacking a quarterback. But he never got a chance to do that this year, man. For some reason, he didn't really get off to a good start. And I noticed that. I was always asking, where's Jaheim Otis? Where's Jaheim Otis? And it seemed like a lot of these other guys fit in a little bit better than Jaheim Otis in this defense. LT Overton, Keenan, Smith, man, you can go on. Latham. I mean, I've seen all those guys out there, but I just haven't seen Jaheim Otis out there doing his thing. What's up, my guy? Roll Tide Country. Yo, Rags, what's up, my guy? Long time no see. Hey, man, I know it's been a long time. Trying something new tonight. We're going to start doing some lives here, man, and start touching bases with the Alabama Crimson Tide football fan base, man, and have some fun, man. O-Rex trying to get a little creative with some things, man. We're going to have some things going on, and we're going to have some fun over here, man. I see the Alabama fan base is down right now with that loss that we had last week. But, guys, I would say this. Do not panic. Hold your horses, man. Things happen every now and then. Like I said before, I made a whole video yesterday, and I tried to post it yesterday, but there was no voice on it. So I don't know what happened with that. So I decided today to get on and go live and just talk to you guys, because like I say, that video that I tried to create yesterday, it didn't happen for me. It didn't happen for me. My guy Ken, he never seems to, it never fails. He's gonna always come in and say, go Big Orange, man. Hey, man. Hey, there's nothing wrong with having pride in your team. I can't wait to see you next week. Hey, man, neither one of us can afford to lose that game next week. So that's going to be a battle for the ages, man. So we got South Carolina this week. You guys got Florida this week. Now, I will tell you this, Tennessee fan base. If you slip up and you think that Florida's just coming into town, into Knoxville, just to show up, hey, man, it ain't going to happen, man. Florida is coming to win that game. Now, Florida is down and out. We all know that. They're coming to win that game, man. So hopefully you guys on your P's and Q's. And I will say this. Ken told me last week, he said, hey, man, watch out for those old pesky Vanderbilt guys, right? and Rags and all of the Alabama fan base, I know, probably looked at that and said, "What, Vanderbilt? Come on, man!" But hey, I'm not going to harp on those guys. They beat us. They beat us good, man. I'm talking about up and down the field. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Now we're playing the South Carolina Gamecocks this week, and that's what we're focusing on, because the main goal is to focus Roll Tide country. That's the goal. We must focus on our opponent this week. Now, I know y'all crazy in this comment section, man. Hey, now I know you guys saw the whole drama with Malachi Moore and the tantrum that he threw and everything that was going on with that. And I saw the whole Alabama nation calling for this guy to be suspended. Hey, man, I'm kind of on the fence with that. Of course, you have to establish your who is the alpha dog on this team. The coaches have to let these players know that, man, we're here to coach you. You should be coachable. And when we ask you or tell you to do something, you must do what we do. So I do understand people calling for the suspension, but I do understand also that he was passionate about it. Like, right, we all hear that this guy's from the state of Alabama. He's always rooted for Alabama. He's an Alabama guy through and through. But yeah, man. I mean, he did what he did. He shouldn't have did. He shouldn't have thrown that quarterback's head into the ground like that. He kicked the ball. And to me, like I said earlier on my other video, that one of the most disappointing things to me was to watch Kane Womack try to call him out of the game, and he just stayed there. He wouldn't listen to this guy. You can't do that, guys. I mean, we had a total debacle, man. I mean, that didn't look good for us, man. But I do believe that they went to practice. I do believe the leaders called the meeting, and I do believe that these guys will be on track this week. I really do. What's going on, Ty? Man, hey, just sitting up here reminiscing about some Alabama football. That's what we're doing today, man. Hope all is well with you guys. I got my guy Ty. I got Roll Tide Country, and I got my Tennessee guy Ken in the building. He's the first winner of one of my giveaways, man. Shout out to Ken for coming through and supporting. Even though he's a Go Big Orange guy, he's a Tennessee volunteer up there in Knoxville, Tennessee, man. He did participate in one of my giveaways, and he won. He was actually one of the first winners of one of my giveaways, and I'm actually going to be doing another giveaway here soon. I think I'm going to make it a $200 giveaway. I'm going to do 2 winners, right? And we're just going to go up from there, guys. But I want to get enough people watching the videos before I do this next giveaway. Like I said, then we're gonna do 200. We might do 250. We might do 3 places. We're gonna do 100 for the first place, 100 for the second place, which that really, we'll do 100 for the first, 100 for the second, and we'll do 50 for the third. That's what we'll do. We'll do a $250 giveaway. I wanna do it a way to where the people that don't have the people that don't really have like Cash App and PayPal and stuff like that, I can just get them some kind of e-card. And I need to look into that, investing in some kind of e-cards to where I could just get your email, send you your gift card, and that way, so you won't have to send me your address and all that stuff if you don't have Cash App. Vandy said, hold my beer. Hey, man, I will get, hats off to Vandy, man. Those guys came out, they played good football. I will say this: if Vandy played the same kind of football that they played against Alabama this past Saturday, I do believe they will be better than mediocre. They will be better than 500 this year. I really do believe that. I really do believe they'll shock a lot of people, right? Hey, I do agree with that. Hey, I do agree with that. It's going to be some good games on this Friday, guys. There's going to be some good games on. I mean, not this Friday. I mean, this Saturday. And matter of fact, let's look at it real quick. Let's go over here. Let's go to the schedule and let's look at Saturday. Now, I was just talking about earlier that we do have a game on tonight, Jacksonville State. I really wanted to go to that game, but I got off work a little bit late, right? Let's see what we got Saturday. Okay, so we're going to start it off. Alabama's going to start the day off at noon or 11 o'clock Central Time, right? We're going to be playing South Carolina, right? We all know that. Clemson and Wake Forest, we don't count that. I mean, we say Clemson's going to win that game. Missouri and Massachusetts. Missouri's going to win that game. We all know that. Washington and Iowa. Who's going to win that game? Who's going to win that game, guys? Washington and Iowa. And you paid off. Who won the giveaway? Hey, Ken, this guy right here in the chat right now, Big Orange, man, he won the giveaway the last time that I did it. There we go. The godfather of the SEC, Waylon. What is going on, guys? Do 250 rags. I'll throw in the 50, bro. It's way. We're gonna do one. We're gonna do another giveaway, Waylon, and it's gonna be coming soon. I just want to get enough people in there to to participate in the giveaway. But we're most definitely gonna do one, Waylon. Most definitely gonna do one. But guys, we were talking about Washington and Iowa. I believe Washington might get them. Rutgers and Wisconsin. That's going to be a tough one. Rutgers is still pretty much balling even after that loss that they had. I believe they can. I want Wisconsin to win. Just put it like that. Georgia Tech and North Carolina. I'm gonna pick Georgia Tech in that one. Ball State, Kent State. I'm not picking that. You know what? I'm gonna pick it is to be on the fun side. I'm gonna go with Kent State. Toledo and Buffalo. I'll go with Buffalo. UAB and Army. I got to go with UAB in that one, ladies and gentlemen. Miami and Eastern Michigan. I'm going to go with Eastern Michigan in that one. Texas and Oklahoma. Number one Texas Longhorns is going to Norman, Oklahoma, number 18. Guys, listen to me when I tell you this. It could be an upset. Number one goes down for the second week in a row. Number one Texas is going to go down to Oklahoma. Now, I know a lot of people is going to disagree with Rags and say, hey, man, there's no way Oklahoma is going to come close to beating Texas. But I'm going Oklahoma in that game. Boomer Sooner. Yes, sir. That's who I'm going. I'll give my email if I win. Okay. We'll see. I got to try to get an e-card first for that, Roll Tide Country. But if I can't get that, it'll either have to be your address or it'll either have to be your Cash App or something like that, or PayPal or something like that. That's the way I had to give it away last time. And I appreciate my boy Ken for trusting me on that one, because I know a lot of people not trustworthy with stuff like that. But Ken came through. He trusted me on that, and I made sure that he had his gift card that I promised him, right? Hopefully you don't have to worry about that one, Roll Tide. Okay, let's go, Waylon. I'm gonna let you know. I most definitely will do that, Waylon. Yes, sir. I love it, man. Chicken pot, Roll Tide. I feel that new crimson wave is coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you, guys, it happens, man. I don't want you guys to panic. I'm telling you this, it happens, man. And I hate to say this, but maybe it was a good thing that happened to us, man. Maybe this will wake us up and say, hey, man, we know that we have talent on our team. We know that we was the number one team in the country, right? We just did not prepare. We were still lingering from that Georgia win. We went in here and we overlooked Pavia and this Vanderbilt team, and we got the socks knocked off of us. That's all I see. That's all I see when it comes to this loss that we just had. It was embarrassing, guys, to say the least. I mean, it was very embarrassing. We lost to a historically bad team. Like I said before, it's a historically bad team. But who's to say that these guys won't be over 500 this year, or better? But even if they are, we still should have beat them. We just overlooked them. I believe we wasn't as prepared as we should have been. That's a blame on the coaches. That's a knock on the players. And I believe that this week, and I'm hoping that this week, that our team will come in a little bit more prepared, a little bit more focused on the task at hand. And if we can recover from that loss, right, pick up where we left off and play like the team that we know that we could be, Heisman quarterback and Jalen Milroe, defense doing what they need to do, and hopefully Womack is calling the right defensive plays for these guys, I believe we can pick right back up, and I believe we can look real nice against this South Carolina team come Saturday. I really do believe that. So That was, hey, that's another one. Penn State and USC. That's another one. Upset alert. Upset alert. Hey, man, I really do believe there's going to be somebody upset come freaking Saturday, and hopefully it's not the Crimson Tide Nation, man. Who else we got? Stanford and Notre Dame, man. California and Pittsburgh. Man, we got some sneaky good games. Cincinnati and UCF. Let's scroll down. I'm gonna skip a few teams, guys. Mississippi State and Georgia. Now, Georgia's gonna beat the socks off of Mississippi State, but I'm hoping, I'm praying that Mississippi State can find some kind of gumption in them and go up there to Stanford Stadium or whatever the name of it is and beat the dog's snot out of them. Beat the dog out of them. All right. And then we got at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:00 Central Time, we got the Florida Gators and the Tennessee Volunteers. That game could be a lot more interesting than experts think. I know everybody going to say, hey, man, Tennessee's going to beat Florida handily. But don't freaking put all your eggs in that basket because, hey, Florida's sneaking around, man. They lost those games early, and everybody was down on them saying, hey, fire the coach, fire the coach. But if they could pull one out on Tennessee in Neyland Stadium, whoa, man, that's going to be heavy right there, man. And Tennessee's going to play home 2 weeks in a row. They're going to play Florida at home, and then they got us at home that come this following week. So, man, it's going to be good. Who else we got that's got it? Oh, we got Ohio State and Oregon. Now, I saw one of the experts today say that they believe that Oregon was going to beat Ohio State. Now, I don't know about that. I think there's going to be a pretty good game. And then this is the one that I want to see. 7:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central Time. You got Ole Miss versus LSU. Now, I don't like either one of those teams. I'm not going to even sit here and lie to you. But I hope Ole Miss knock the socks off of LSU because all of these LSU fans that I've been seeing out there after this Vanderbilt loss, man, they've been smiling from ear to ear. They've been loving it. So Ole Miss, do me a favor and please knock the snot out of their nose, man. That's what I need you to do. Let's see what else. If you got Vanderbilt in Kentucky, hey, man, I'm going to pick Vanderbilt in that game. I believe Vanderbilt. No, man, I don't believe it. I'm hoping that Vanderbilt beat Kentucky, right? That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that Vanderbilt can pull that one off and make us look pretty good. You got Iowa State and West Virginia. That shouldn't be bad. Syracuse and North Carolina State. But the last one that comes on about 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time, you got Kansas State versus Colorado. And I'll most definitely say I believe that Kansas State is going to beat them. Now, Colorado has been on an upward trend so far, but Kansas State may be a little bit too much for them. But I tell you this, if Colorado beat Kansas State, you better watch out for them Colorado Buffaloes. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. But guys, back to us. I've been watching a few of these interviews. Like I say, I watched Kane Womack. I watched Kalen DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer seems a little fidgety right now, man, because now he's beginning to feel the heat from this Alabama fan base, man. These guys are talking about his attire that he's wearing at the game. They're talking about he's wearing a T-shirt. He's not wearing collared shirts and stuff like that. And then he showed up to his press conference the other day or earlier today with a collar shirt on. So that lets you know that he's letting this Alabama fan base, he's letting this Alabama heat get to him. It's getting to him, man. It's getting under his skin. But I say this, Coach DeBoer, if you watching, or if anybody that know Coach DeBoer is watching this, relay this message to him. I tell you, man, be yourself. Be you. They're going to talk about you. They talked about one of the greatest human beings that ever walked this earth, and they're going to talk about you. So don't worry about what people saying about you, Kalen DeBoer. Be you. Stay cool, stay calm, stay collected if that's the way you're going to coach. But you still have to be stern with these football players. Because these young guys these days, they'll run all over you, especially with this NIL and the transfer portal and all that. They can do what they want to do. So, hey, man, with that being said, guys, I guess old Raz can just about get ready to go. What do you say? The heat is on, Rags. Yeah, man, the heat is on. And I mean, it's turned up to the highest Fahrenheit you can get. I mean, we got to get it, man. We can't afford to lose any more games. We can't afford to struggle. We got to win with style points. We got to do it all, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what the playoff committee is going to have us ranked at. Right now, we're ranked number 7, but I do believe some teams will be pulled down this weekend, especially Penn State. I do believe the USC can pull Penn State down this week, and that'll jump us up in the poll at least 1 or 2 spots. If USC can pull it off, and they can pull it off decisively. Um, who else did I say? Now you do have Ohio State and you do have Oregon. Now, if that's a tight game, neither one of those teams are going to drop that far. So I can't see us leapfrogging one of those teams. I don't know how they're going to do that. You see how they did Georgia last week. Some teams lost and they kept Georgia at number 5. I mean, that's how disappointed they were with Georgia after we beat them, right? Yeah, that's the scene. That's the way it's going, man. We got to wait on that playoff committee come week 8. And we're gonna see where we place that. We go to also next year and face Texas. We might get cooked. Hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. We might get to see those guys this year in the SEC championship if we keep on playing, man. I don't want y'all to think that this year is over and done with just because of that loss to Vanderbilt. Guys, please stay on the ship. Let's go down with the ship, man. I'm telling you, I don't believe it's over yet, guys. I don't believe, man, we got so much more football to be played to the point that where if we're panicking right now, guys, we just I don't know. I don't know. I know it was an embarrassing loss, man, but we have to stay on the boat for a little bit longer. And I think you're going to be surprised about the product that you see on the field. I believe they're going to come out and they're going to stretch South Carolina out on that field, man. Jalen Milroe is going to come playing lights out. Hopefully, we can establish this run game with Jam Miller. Jam on it. Yeah. Hopefully, Jam Miller, man, can do his thing, Justice Haynes. And I believe this offensive line is going to come out blocking and I mean, just coming out intense. That's what we need to do. I'm going to be excited to watch this game this weekend. I'm going to be probably sitting on the edge of the couch or the edge of the bed. I'm going to feel like I'm playing linebacker, man, because that's how intense I be when I'm watching the game. And I must confess, I really didn't even watch the Vanderbilt game because to me it was a foregone conclusion. It was business as usual. We was going to beat these guys. But when I was out and about, I was driving around, and I looked at my phone, and it was 14-0. And I'm like, this is a dream. This can't be real. So I said, okay, halftime is going to come. Kalen DeBoer is going to adjust, and everything's going to be all right. I watched these guys come out. I watched Ryan Williams catch that ball on the sideline and take it in. He did it so nonchalantly. I'm thinking, okay, everything's going to be all right. We're going to get the ball again. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to score quick. But Vanderbilt had that ball for 47 minutes, 40-something minutes, right? They pretty much had the football the whole game. So they kept our defense on the field, and our defense was just tired, and they just couldn't stop that offense, man. 4th downs, 3rd downs. I mean, they was converting stuff like they shouldn't even be converting, man. We was having stupid penalties, stuff like that. And they just took advantage of it, man. They really did. They said it was very embarrassing. One of the most embarrassing losses we've had in program history, just because it's Vanderbilt. But like I said, once again, let the season play out, and we're going to see where Vanderbilt end up ranking. What is going to be the outcome of their schedule, right? And maybe this loss won't be so bad at the end of the season as far as the numbers go. But I already know everybody's going to always be upset with us losing to Vanderbilt just because it was Vandy, right? But yeah. So guys, I think we should tune in. I really want to go to the football game. I really want to attend the Alabama South Carolina game this weekend. It's not off the table right now. I'm just I don't know. I really don't feel like traveling to go down there, having to find parking and stuff like that. I don't mind buying a ticket. I don't mind going. It's just the traveling and the parking and all that different kind of stuff, man. Rags sometimes get tired and just want to sit up and just watch the game. But when you're doing all that driving and stuff like that, man, it just kind of take the fun out of it a little bit, right? But guys, I don't want to hold you guys long. I just want to try me out a live because I don't do many lives. I always do videos, long style videos, and I want to do a live today just to get in here and talk to you guys, talk to my people. I'm going to start doing these lives more often, right? So I want you guys to tune in. We're going to do some giveaways on the live so you guys can tune in and we can have a little fun with this, right? So, man, with all that being said, old Rat's got to get out of here, man. And I know you love looking down into the depths of my eyes, man. But old Rat's got places to be, people to see, bars. Hey, man, I'm out of here already. Yeah. I'm going to catch y'all later, guys. Yeah.